are. Welcome.
We are so excited for this event. There's a passion of mine, and that is talking about perfumes.
When we had decided to do, we selected our topic, and Karen said, I just ordered so many tiny perfume bottles. She was already prepared.
I'm just in the mood.
For perfume. I know, and it's all about living that toxin-free lifestyle. And when you are working with pure, all-natural ingredients, your mind, body, spirit just really resonate with that.
Yes, and we want to give you all a very warm welcome. Today, I know that you've been just excited as I am about this event.
I hope so. Well, I'm Jenny.
And I'm Karen.
And we are your presenters today. We're going to be making a beautiful DIY natural perfume with you. We have a really great giveaway that we are going to be doing at the end of our event. So stick with us throughout the event. And the way you are eligible for this giveaway is you are one of our Natural Living Club members and you participate in our question that we ask. That's how you enter our giveaway.
That's right. And if you're not a Natural Living Club member, you can easily become one by joining for $1 a month. It's $12 a year.
It's $12 a year. And we'll pop that link. Well, it's actually right below where you're watching. Open up a new tab. You're welcome to enroll right now and join our Natural Living Club, and then you'll be eligible for our giveaway. We also have other perks for our members we'll go through as we do our presentation today.
Yes. So I want to show you.
Yeah, show us the giveaway.
The giveaway. Yes.
Yes.
The giveaway today for one person and who is here live with us on this event.
Yes.
And is a Natural Living Club member will be receiving 4 ounces of jojoba oil, 4 bottles, amber bottles with little cone caps, so you can make 4 different blends, and then a 5 ml bottle of our petitgrain, cypress, sweet orange, and rose absolute.
It's a pretty awesome giveaway. And so this is everything you need to make one of the 3 recipes we have on our PDF. Mm-hmm. And our PDF, I'll show you inside of our classroom. Our PDF is a complement. It's our gift to all of our Natural Living Club members that pairs with our live events. And so we are so excited to give this away to one lucky Natural Living Club member at the end of our presentation. And even if you're not a member, we're so happy you're here, and we are going to have so much fun, and there's all kinds of great information we're about to go over.
So we'll do one blend together, and on the PDF, there's also a solid perfume. So while we're going to blend with these essential oils on the PDF is a way to make a solid perfume. And when I make a solid perfume, I either put it in a 1 ounce tin, or I may put it in a 2 ounce glass jar, but you can also get some really cool things, and I found these off of Etsy, and this actually will hold about 2 ounces of a very special perfume.
Yes.
Or a salve. There's another one that I couldn't help. This holds a little bit more. This holds just under 3 ounces, and this is an Onx little container.
That's beautiful.
These are beautiful, and I just love seeing different kinds of jars and bottles on my countertop.
Yes.
That I can easily reach for and dip into. And this one, I just have to show it to you too, because I had so much fun looking at all kinds of things on Etsy. This is a little tiny, this actually holds more than one of these little 5 ml bottles. This holds about 1.5 teaspoons
Wow.
of your essential oil liquid blend.
Which is quite a lot really for a perfume.
This is quite a lot because a perfume is typically is stronger than a daily blend that we might make. A perfume is intended to be put on specific areas, not as a body oil, but on very specific areas, so we can go stronger. And a little jar like this is perfect for those oils that are very exquisite, very expensive, like Rose Absolute. It takes a lot of rose petals to make Rose Absolute and Rose Otto. Rose Otto is the steam distilled version of our Rose Absolute. Rose Absolute is from a solvent. Perfumers will grab the Rose Absolute versus the Rose Otto because it is so vibrant. It smells amazing. And I'm not going to open this one because this is a kit someone's going to get.
There you go.
The Rose Absolute smells so much
rose.
like a rose.
Yes.
that they often will use Rose Absolute in their perfumes. Now, Rose Auto is amazing as well, especially for skincare issues. For perfume, you can use the less expensive one, which is the Rose Absolute, because it takes less roses to make than the Rose Auto. So when you put exquisite oils, make a really strong little blend, this is plenty strong. And again, just browse through Etsy, find all these cool little bottles that you might like to put your special blends in, and they're amazing giveaways.
I love that. Well, and as you already know, you're here, you're passionate about living an all-natural lifestyle, and as a review, every single aroma that we interact with is either pure from nature, from a plant, or it's synthetic, created in a lab. And so there's a huge difference when you are inviting those aromas into your system in terms of what they do. So when you're making an all-natural perfume, you are already elevating in terms of what your body is needing. You're giving your body something that smells really good, that's from plants, that's all natural. You're also avoiding toxins, and your body is reacting in a really nice therapeutic way to what you're doing.
I'm glad you brought that up, because you're right. Anytime we use an essential oil or even the Absolute, because even though they use a solvent in the Absolute, there's none left at the end of their process. So you are getting that beautiful plant material in there. But anytime you're using an essential oil, you are getting some very amazing therapeutic benefits.
Absolutely.
For instance, our sweet orange is it's uplifting, but it's not energetic like our lime is.
There you go.
It's more of a soft, subtle, uplifting aroma. In fact, you can even use it in a nighttime blend.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a sedative, but it's also not super energetic. Like petitgrain is perfect. It brings in those green notes into our perfume that we're going to be making, and we're using these oils for our perfume today.
I love that. I love it. Do you mind if we go into Natural Living Club and do a little housekeeping, and then we'll hop back over and make our blend?
That sounds amazing.
That sounds perfect. So let's go over to my computer. So if you are a member, this is a familiar spot to you. This is where our Natural Living Club members come together and they meet and interact. So I wanted to just kind of give you a walkthrough, and maybe you're a member and you are about to learn even more about this community. We did just with Aromatics International, we created a brand new code, and I won't click on it, but you go right here underneath them when you're on community. These are the tabs up here at the top. That's how you navigate. When you are on community, go down over here. I won't click on it because it will reveal the code, but click on product discounts, and we just created a brand new one-time use code that anyone is eligible to use. And it's 15% off your, I'm sorry, thank you for that. It's 20% off your order over at Aromatics International. It's a one-time use code, and we're refreshing that every year as a perk to being a member inside of the community. And when you are up here, you can go to Classroom. Well, you can also participate in any of our threads. We have some great ideas here. Sometimes we love to make almost all of our own products in terms of our skincare, our beauty products, all of these things. But sometimes a product is outside of our scope. Like for me, that's toothpaste. I know I can find a recipe and make toothpaste, but I want to buy a really clean toothpaste. And so we have all kinds of recommendations for when you do want to purchase something from the store. We have a huge thread going right now of folks who are making recommendations for different makeup that they love, that is as clean as it can be, different shampoo, conditioner, all these things. And of course, we really love making our own products as well. So we also do that inside of this club. So if you go up here to Classroom, this is where you can find our past different events. And this is where, for example, we did How to Avoid Procrastination Like an Aromatherapist 2 weeks ago. This is where you can pull up the free or the complimentary PDFs that we give to all of our Natural Living community members. And so for this event that we're doing right now, we have a PDF for you, and it will live right here in this classroom. How to make a DIY perfume like an aromatherapist. Click there and you'll have the PDF for the 3 recipes that we're highlighting, and we're going to be making one of these with you. So all kinds of amazing reasons to join. So we've got the link right below where you are watching, and how you're eligible for the giveaway at the end of our time together today is you're a member and you answer the question that we ask in your live.
So our giveaway, again, for those who have just joined, our
Yes.
giveaway is this kit.
Yes.
This is the perfume that we're making today.
Yes.
So we have a 4-ounce bottle of jojoba, 4 1-ounce bottles, so you can make 4 different perfumes, and there's a lot of different ways you can use the oils we're using today. But we have our Rose Absolute. These are little 5 ml bottles. These are over 100 drops per bottle, or like 120 drops really. Sweet orange, cypress, and petitgrain. And you can mix and match these. You can add other essential oils that you have on your shelf, and you can make some pretty amazing blends.
You sure can.
They don't all have to be perfume blends either.
And another thing I wanted to mention before we dive into blending is that we are going to be in the studio all day tomorrow, and we are making a brand new Getting Started with Essential Oils course. We have the content created, we have the course coming together, and so we will let you know when that's available for you. It's going to be a free course through the Aromahead Institute for anyone who just wants to get started with essential oils, or it's a refresher. You want to just kind of revisit all of the basics of different, how to blend by different modalities and how to put different things together. It's going to be a great class, and that is coming up. So we wanted to just start mentioning that that's an option for you if you're new to essential oils. We're pretty excited to offer that very, very soon. All right, shall we blend?
Yes, let's talk a little bit about perfumes.
Let's do it.
How many of you love perfume? I'm one that does. But how many of you start sneezing when you get on public transportation, or you walk into an office, or somebody walks into your space and you're just like, whoa? Of course you don't do that.
No, of course you don't do that.
And you're like, oh my word, I can't even breathe. That's because there's a lot of synthetics used in making off-the-shelf perfumes.
Absolutely, and I like to see it as the more you are teaching your nose and olfactory system to just really appreciate the really pure, good, high-quality, natural aromas from essential oils, the more you can just sense immediately when something is synthetic, and your body just kind of knows that it's not something that's going to help it. Maybe it's not going to harm it in that moment, but it's not nourishing your body in the same way that a natural perfume will do. And so to me, it's like if you have, something really fresh and beautiful versus like if you have, let's say, fresh carrots from the garden that you've just harvested, they're the most delicious carrots ever, versus frozen carrots from the supermarket. And that's not even a good analogy because there's no synthetic in the frozen carrots. So I take back my carrot analogy, but you know what I mean.
You lose some vibrancy between
there you go,
the fresh and the not so fresh. But
yes,
that's what we're trying to say is using natural things, using things that are at their peak and at their prime, and vibrant essential oils and absolutes, and things that are going to help your health and not distract from your health.
How about this? This is better. If you have like a Glade air freshener that's lemon flavor, lemon scented, spraying that is going to have a different reaction with your body than if you use a room spray where you blended with lemon from lemons. So there we go. All right, shall we blend?
Yeah, there is a big difference. And when you are used to blending with essential oils,
yes,
suddenly you can't really tolerate the synthetic aromas. You can pick them out immediately, and they're like, ooh, yeah, I can't wait to get back to my pure essential oils.
yes.
And of course, we test our oils because we want to make sure that they're pure. So we put them through a test, and we see what kind of ingredients are in the essential oils. And the scientist or the lab person who is the expert and has all the data on the essential oils, he can look at those and say, this component doesn't belong in there.
Yes, exactly.
So even though it might be like a Rose Absolute, for instance, is a very expensive product because it takes a lot of time and uses a lot of material. Sometimes people will try to, and it's usually not the farmer, not the distiller, not the producer, but it's somebody in between who says, I'm going to put something less expensive in here, make it go a lot further. So you want to make sure you know who you're purchasing from, for sure.
One of my very favorite memories, early memories of working with aromatherapy early on was when Karen and I did a sourcing trip to the south of France, high up in the mountains of Provence, and we got to visit a rose distiller. And they had been out at dawn. There was dew everywhere, and they had been freshly harvesting their roses, and we watched the distillation, and I mean, there were just tears all around. It was so beautiful to watch that and to see how many roses it takes and the amount of effort. And this was something that they'd been working on for an entire growing season, and they were creating maybe this much rose. I mean, if that. With all of their fields, that was the thing that they'd been working on, and it was gorgeous. And of course, it's so fun to interact and meet the folks who really coax out lovingly these oils from the plants. So
that's right. Part of the energetics of the oil are the farmers. They're the people who pick the petals. They're the people who put them in the stills and start making our products. They love what they do. And that's one thing that Jenny and I do is we travel worldwide and we find these people and then we bring them over to Aromatics International. So it's really, really fun.
We drove, one last story, we were in Corsica and we drove just to meet a distiller, and we just showed up, and this gal there was this huge still, and it was myrtle that she was working with, and she was just on top of it, barefoot, pushing the plant material down, and it was just such a fun image to see, and it just really reinforces that every single drop of oil is different than another drop of oil, because the weather impacts, the growing season, everything comes into that particular bottle. No bottle is exact like another bottle. They're very unique, even though they're very, very similar. So, all right, those are our stories.
And we're attracted to different scents depending on what we're going through. Maybe, Jenny came in this morning and said, oh, I feel like I'm just up in the clouds.
Well, you know why? I brought I have two dogs. They're both with me today in the studio. And I thought we could make it 10 feet from the car inside. And my black lab, Buckley, went just running all over the neighborhood. So I'm just running after him. So I was like, I need some help grounding. So Karen gave me some cypress right away.
I'm going to move our giveaway over here.
All right.
And I'm going to bring over
How's that?
our blend that we're going to make.
And then I'll bring it back when we need it.
And if you've just joined, if you are a Natural Living Club member here live with us, you're going to get that kit that we just moved off to the side. One of you is going to get that kit.
We're doing one giveaway at the end of our time together with that kit, and the way you're eligible is you're a Natural Living Club member, you're here live, and you answer the question we're going to ask at the end.
All right, so as I said, it's very individual as to what we need. When we're doing a perfume blend, there's never any right or wrong way of doing it. It is a matter of who you're blending for. Is it for yourself? Is it for somebody else? What are they going through? What are they looking for? What do you see as their actions? What are they doing that you're looking at them and thinking, whoa, they need to calm down? Or maybe you're saying, they seem a little depressed. We need to uplift them a little bit. So you would modify your blends, modify the different drops that you're using. Maybe instead of cypress, maybe I would use something like patchouli or vetiver or sandalwood even. I love cypress with rose, but I also like the other ones I just mentioned with rose.
Yes.
So, and there's solid perfumes, there are roller bottle perfumes, this is a 1 fluid ounce that we're going to use jojoba. You can use different oils like baobab or sweet almond oil. Sweet almond oil has a little bit of an aroma, but not too much if it's pure, unrefined. And those are also, everything we do, we want to be nourishing to our skin. You can put these into a coconut oil. And I was reading one comment that was talking about somebody who lives where it's a lot warmer, and her coconut oil is always liquid.
Right?
My coconut oil is always solid because it's cold here.
That's why we keep clearing our throats. We got maybe, did you get like 20 inches of snow over the last couple of days?
Yes, we have.
We've gone through quite a weather change here in western Montana.
So we're going to fill this about halfway full.
Okay.
And you can use this blend right away. But if you really want to see how the aromas are going to blend together, let it set for 1 or 2 days, 24 to 48 hours, and see if you need to add a little bit more of maybe the rose, or maybe you want more of that cypress to come through, or even the sweet orange or the petitgrain. Now, the petitgrain, well, let's talk about those as we put them in.
That sounds great.
This recipe is called the Enchanted Perfume.
Enchanted Embrace Perfume.
Enchanted Embrace Perfume.
I love this recipe.
It is, number one, we're coming up on Valentine's Day.
We are.
We're coming up on, and I talk about this in my newsletter that comes out on Saturday, the Thriving Aromatherapist newsletter. If you're not subscribed to that, you can find the link down below. But I'm talking a lot about how to look at this special day. It's not just a day for lovers.
No, but it can be, and it is, of course. It's about love for everything and how you relate to
Everything,
that.
including yourself.
Yes.
Excuse me, I do have a frog in my throat for sure.
You have a snow frog.
I wasn't talking to anyone this morning.
I just said that. I wasn't either, and so
Yes.
we haven't been talking. We're talking now.
So what we have, and we spent quite a bit of time putting these recipes together.
We sure did.
And I'll tell you that when you're working with different oils and you're smelling here and you're smelling there, make sure that you have a well-ventilated area and make sure that you give yourself breaks when you're smelling things. Go outside and smell the fresh air. Clean out that nose palette so that you can smell appropriately and save yourself a headache,
Yes.
right?
Well, so we had oils just everywhere. We were blending, and we both had headaches. We had to take a break.
I'm like, oh no, I just did what I told people not to do. I just did it.
You know, that just happens, right?
Okay, so 8 drops of cypress brings in that woodsy, almost a peppery aroma.
It's so
woodsy,
beautiful.
peppery,
A
It's
little
very-
lemony.
A little lemony. It's very grounding. It is from the needles of the cypress tree, so we're getting in some respiratory effects. We're also bringing in. It's good for if you have excess mucus as well. It's kind of a drying oil.
In our aromatherapy certification program over at AromaHead, which anyone inside of the Natural Living Club, you get a one-time discount of 15% off any class over there if you want to check that out. You're welcome to just go through the catalog and see. And we teach our students how to blend by chemical component, by plant part, by aromatic note, and how to really listen to the person that you're working with. And so if you're interested in any of that, that's something that is another opportunity for you.
So I'm smelling the cypress. I just put 8 drops of cypress in here, and I opened up my orange. It was clear down here,
Yes,
and I could smell the orange.
I love that.
Okay, so keep that in mind. Orange is a top note. It's what you're going to smell right away, but it will also dissipate quicker than cypress by far. But we're going to put 6 drops of our sweet orange because I love the sweet orange bringing out that rose aroma. It just draws that out. So
I'm so excited about this recipe.
6 drops.
And you can customize it yourself. You can add in more drops of this or more drops of that. Just as a note, too much rose can create that headache because those florals, those really precious florals, you just want to be use them in moderation because they're so powerful.
Just these 2 oils. It smells amazing.
It's amazing.
Now we're going to bring in a little bit of our petitgrain. Our petitgrain is more of a green aroma. It comes from the bitter orange tree. It comes from the leaves of the bitter orange tree. Now we have the blossoms, which is neroli,
Yes.
and neroli would also be beautiful in this blend. We have the fruit, the bitter orange fruit that makes an essential oil. So we have 3 different products from one tree.
I love that.
But the petitgrain, it's very green, it's very herbal smelling, but it's also very citrus as well, but not as much. So our sweet orange is going to kind of draw out the citrus of our petitgrain. Now petitgrain we're putting 5 drops in, and you might opt to put 3 drops in.
And it's just so interesting how the different oils play together aromatically. It really, when you are putting these oils together, it creates a whole new different aroma. And the different drops really adjust the personality of that aroma. So it's just a really fun way, perfume, to just kind of gently get into blending. Oh wow, yeah, that's really beautiful.
So now Rose Absolute. We're only putting in 5 drops of Rose Absolute. In fact, I'm going to start with 3 drops of Rose Absolute.
Let's do it.
Because Rose Absolute, a little goes a long way. So even though it's an expensive oil, you will use it for quite a while in several different blends because you would never put a lot of Rose Absolute in. It's very strong. So we'll start with 3 drops. We'll just kind of blend that around.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I think we'll go ahead and put the 5 drops in.
I'm a rose gal. I love rose. And some people, aren't as excited about rose and they're more excited about a different aroma, and you can play with that.
What you want is to have a subtle rose. So as you put this on different areas, it's like a secret that becomes unhidden to you. It's like, whoa, all of a sudden, all of these different notes, the middle, the top, the base notes, and cypress is more of a base note. Petitgrain is more of a middle note. Rose is a base note, and sweet orange is our top note. So we've got all the notes in here.
Mm-hmm.
And that is really gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of this up.
And why that matters is that your nose naturally loves a balanced aroma. And so when you are blending with those top, middle, base, it just comes together as a more complete sensory experience. Although when you're blending therapeutically, like for cold and flu, you're more interested in the therapeutic, not necessarily the well-rounded perfume experience. So
now I can see the Rose Absolute in here. And the Rose Absolute is a dark color. Let me see if I can find something to put 1 drop on so I can show you. This may not work. Do you see that dark color of the Rose Absolute?
There you go.
It's kind of an orangey, reddish color.
yeah.
The Rose Auto, which is the steam distilled version, is a clear color. And the Rose Auto, as you're working with it, it gels up. It's a gel on the top, which is perfectly normal. In fact, if it doesn't gel in cooler conditions, they won't certify it as a Rose Auto.
There you go.
It has to gel, and then you warm it up with your hands. The Rose Auto, or the Rose Absolute, doesn't gel, but it has that beautiful color, and you'll find that color is if you were to blend this in a lotion, which is also a nice way to make a perfume, is in a little bit of a lotion, you would see a little bit of that color coming through your entire blend. It's really quite beautiful.
A lot of aromatherapists will take their bottle of rose oil that has been gelled like that, and you just warm it up before you work with it, and they'll just pop it in their bra right by their heart, and it just warms as they're going about whatever they're doing, and then it really becomes liquid, and they work with it, and it's kind of a cool, energetic experience.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
So when you're working with a 1 ounce amber bottle, there's a neck on it, and the 1 ounce is right below the neck is where you get the 1 ounce. Of course, you can fill it up more, but then you're kind of diluting your essential oils. Now in this blend, we have 10 plus 14, 10 and 14, 24 drops, which is more than our typical, 5 to 12 drops of essential oil that we would use on a normal basis. You can decrease these oils and use this as a body oil as well. Or you can increase them just a little bit, like say you wanted a little bit more rose in there, or you wanted a different essential oil in there, you can easily add a little bit more because it's a perfume. It's for spots, little spots here and there.
And again, if you are interested in learning the science and the art of blending, we have all kinds of courses over at aromahead.com. And all of our Natural Living Club members get a one-time discount to a course of that 15% off. And that's all that information is inside of your Natural Living Club community.
All right, let's bring our giveaway back.
All right.
These are the oils we just used.
Woo! Good catch.
Good catch. All right.
That's not the worst thing we've done live. We've dumped tea on each other.
We have. There's a lot of essential oil here. There's a lot of different blends that can be made in these. You can take this and put it into different containers and give little bottles away. You can use it as it is. You can add this to another 1 ounce blend if you didn't want to use the whole blend as a perfume. So there's all kinds of different ways. And then in the PDF that's found in your course, on the Natural Living course page, you'll find the recipe that also will tell you how to make a solid perfume.
I love that.
And then one other perfume too. They're really beautiful recipes.
They're really beautiful recipes.
We've got the Enchanted Perfume recipe. We have Venus Rising solid perfume
I
recipe.
love that. That's very apropos for February and the month of love.
And then we have the Celestial Shadow Perfume, which has more of spicy and deep earthy undertones to it, and it's pretty gorgeous.
It's pretty gorgeous. Well, we are ready to do our giveaway.
We are. Okay. So we're going to do one giveaway.
One giveaway. So we're going to give away this kit that is from one of our recipes on our PDF. And the way you're eligible for your giveaway is you are a member of the Natural Living Club, you're here live, and you're about to answer this question. Are you ready? All right. So what is one DIY recipe that you would like to learn how to make? Or you'd like to learn how to make even better. For example, it could be deodorant, it could be a cleaner for your bathroom, it could be maybe you want to learn how to make your own conditioner or shampoo. Whatever DIY recipe that you're interested in either learning how to make or even more proficient in making, just pop that into the comments, and we're going to choose one lucky attendee here who's also in our Natural Living Club to win this particular kit. And this question is very intentional because we are the some of the content creators inside of the Natural Living Club, and I'm really interested to see what people are excited to make. And so we're going to take and keep this conversation going.
So while you're putting
Yes.
your answer in,
Yes.
there is a question I want to answer. A couple
Let's do it.
questions
Yeah,
here.
let's do it. We'll give you a
And
couple minutes to answer.
Janae asks, what do you do with Vanilla Absolute? Because when you make a perfume with it or pull it in a roller bottle, it drops to the bottom. So your Rose Absolute, what I would suggest is you get a little dish and you add all of your essential oils into a little dish and you blend them up well. And those other essential oils will help to dilute that rose or the Vanilla Absolute. There's another, there's 3 different products with vanilla that I like to blend with. There's the oleo resin that it never dissolves in an oil base. It will infuse into your jojoba oil or your almond oil or a carrier oil. Then there's the Absolute that will dissolve probably 90% into your blend, but you do have to, dilute it in a special way, and it does dissolve mostly into your oil. The oleo resin will dissolve into a hydrosol really easily, for instance. Now, there's also the vanilla CO2, which I love working with, and it will dissolve really well in your oil base. So it is a little bit harder to work with for sure, and it will go right to the bottom unless you blend with it first, dilute it first, put it with your essential oils, and then add a little bit of carrier, and using a toothpick or a glass stir rod, really blend that together and then add it to your bottle.
I love that. Thank you for going through that with us. We have a lot of folks who are popping in different things that they would like to learn to make. Now, something that one of my very favorite products to make ever is our, let's head over to my screen. It's our green clay deodorant. And seriously, I've tested this with men's store-bought deodorant and it holds up. So this green clay deodorant is a recipe that we give you, and I made a video, Karen and I made a video for you on how to make this. And it's a game changer when it comes to...
Well, and this is my all-time favorite deodorant.
It's
and it
amazing.
comes from our Natural Living course on the Aromahead Institute. It is a fantastic course, and
Yes.
it covers
A
in
lot.
depth. I see people wanting to do lip balms, and they're wanting to do body butters. That's the course that really covers those things.
It's pretty awesome. All right, do we have our winner?
We sure do.
We do.
Elizabeth Bronner.
Elizabeth Bronner, you are our winner today. Congratulations. We will be sending this kit to you. Our amazing workshop will put it into a package and ship it to your door. So congratulations, Elizabeth. We're so excited for you to make this particular recipe. And if you could just do me a favor, and inside of our school community where Natural Living is, if you could send me a message with your name, email address, and physical mailing address, I'll know where to pop this in the mail and
Good
send it to
idea.
you. So thank you, Elizabeth. And we would love to know how you like this recipe.
She wants to make shampoo, and I saw a lot of comments on shampoo and conditioner
Yep.
in particular.
Yep, I did too. A lot of comments on shampoo and conditioner, which is very cool. We've been talking about that
Right.
too.
So if you make these, if you're in the Natural Living Club and these are products that you make, give us a little hint as to how to make our shampoo and conditioner.
Yes.
This is the kind of thing that we talk about in the Natural Living Club.
Yep.
It's not just our essential oils, it's all kinds of natural products.
It's all kinds of natural products and questions and tips and recommendations. It's a really great community, and it's really popcorning with great ideas and different suggestions, and it's a really supportive, loving group. And everyone's saying, congratulations, Elizabeth. Yes, congratulations, Elizabeth. Someone asked where the PDF is, so I'll head back over here. This is what our Natural Living community looks like. The tabs up at the top is how you navigate this community. So over here, where it says community, you can start a conversation. You can participate in different conversations. You can search up here by different categories. Food recipes, we had a whole thread on stews and soups, which was fantastic. So up here, go to Classroom tab, and this is where you find your PDFs that correspond with our different live events, which is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
So,
For sure.
coming up on the 18th of February is our next Natural Living Club live event. We're going to be looking at the benefits and uses of frankincense essential oil.
Oh, that is a favorite.
Yes.
That one never gets old to those who love frankincense and use it. And if you don't, you're going to learn a lot about it next week.
You really are. We're going to look at different types of frankincense, sustainability, and how to keep that front and center. We're going to look at different blends. And of course, all of our Natural Living Club members will have a PDF that goes along with the event. So thank you, everyone, for being here. This is wonderful. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. We really appreciate it.
We had a lot of fun today.
We had a lot of fun today.
And I'm going to give this one more whiff.
Okay.
And I'm going to smell it again tomorrow.
Okay. That is so nice.
Now, one tip I want to say to you, and then we have a second tip coming up as well.
We have a second tip.
Is when you're wearing perfume, when I put perfume on or when I put any essential oils on, my nose gets used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't smell it anymore. And I think, oh, too bad, I can't smell that anymore. But then I walk into a room where somebody comes up and says hi, and they're like, wow, you smell so good. They can still smell it. And that's really an eye-opener for me, how potent our essential oils are. Less is always better.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to use a lot to get what you're trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that tip.
And then our second tip
Is from Devin.
Two things.
Two
If
things.
you want to learn more about rose, make sure to come to the Aromatics Live event on Monday. We'll be talking all about that.
Awesome. Let me say that again. So if you want to learn more about Rose, we are going to be doing a live event for Aromatics International
on Monday.
on Monday.
10th.
Monday the 10th. So join us for that event. It's going to be great. And then
And then also, it's not even live on the Aromatics site yet, but you can get 15% off Rose Auto as our deal of the week.
Okay.
Code Rose15.
Okay, so we're going to make sure you're on our email list for aromatics.com and you're the first to know when all of these different deals come in. We do have an offer coming for Rose that will give you 15% off Rose
Rosado.
Auto, which is pretty cool.
The discount's live now. These are the first people to hear all about it.
Oh,
You're the first people to hear all about
So
it.
the discount is live, but you're the first to hear about it. Rose 15.
Is how you get
your
that.
rose.
Awesome. All right, everyone, this has been lovely. And again, we are here because we love living an all-natural lifestyle, and we are passionate about teaching you and learning with you and working with you on coming up with different recipes to just remove all those toxins from our lives.
One last question.
Okay.
Where would I apply this? If this is a blend I'm putting on as I'm going to bed, and I just want to really sink into some sweet sleep, I might put it on my wrists. I might put it right here behind my ears. I might even put it on my heart center.
There you go.
If I need to be grounded and I want to just kind of calm down and I want to be able to put out some beautiful heart energy, I might just put it on my heart area.
There you go.
I might put it, any of the points. I might put it on my elbows, inside my elbows. I might put it, where do you put it? All those places that I probably just
Exactly.
said.
Yep.
So, and then if I didn't mention it, right behind my neck.
I was gonna say, but I
as
couldn't
well.
remember if you mentioned it or not.
I like to put it
Yes.
there.
Well, thank you so
can't
much
go
for
wrong.
Thank you for doing that.
Yes.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next time. And again, thank you so much for being here. Bye for now.